Outcomes is the final section in the Resiliency and Public Policy video series. Let's see what outcomes are in store when the strategies and tactics discussed are adopted. Shifting the paradigm from protection to resilience will improve security. Shifting the target audience for security solutions from technology suppliers and users to enterprise executives and business model consumers will deepen security commitment and adoption. Shifting the view of security cost from expense to investment will promote strategic security solutions. Shifting from commoditized security solutions to strategically engineered solutions will build security deep into enterprise architectures and the critical infrastructure. Shifting the technology transition and adoption approach from supplier push to consumer pull will promote increased commitment, not simply mere compliance. Shifting the onus for asserting claims of resiliency assurance maturity and for bearing the cost burdens associated with resiliency assurance maturity to enterprise executives of the industry sectors within the critical infrastructure will promote ownership and increase innovation in security solutions within the nation's critical infrastructure. Shifting the cost of ownership for industry consortia government to the management oversight and compliance discipline needed to steer market-driven assessment and training resources towards resilience under stress will improve commitment and compliance. Adopting the mandated resiliency maturity assessment called for in Stage 2 of the public policy rollout will serve to reveal the moral hazard accepted by those who insulate themselves through superior knowledge from the consequences to which others are subject. The transparency of validated and verified resiliency claims, arguments, and evidence will ensure that. In the global economy, an enterprise should not seek just a competitive edge. The enterprise should strive for competitive dominance of its space. The enterprise that achieves resilience will boost its reputation and enhance the value of its brand. Being resilient pays direct dividends to competitiveness. With an assist from the invisible hand of the market, and the most promising mix of public policy measures selected to accelerate deployment, the maturity framework for assuring resiliency under stress will drive the business case and enterprise commitment towards the assurance of software security, business continuity, system survivability, and system of systems resiliency. The invisible hand is a metaphor coined by the economist Adam Smith. In The Wealth of Nations and other writings, Smith demonstrated that in a free market, an individual pursuing his own self-interest tends to also promote the good of his community as a whole through a principle that he called the invisible hand. Market-driven public policy measures help guide the invisible hand. The picture of the hand being guided by a crane is from the Awakening statue. Here the sculptor is being relocated to the National Harbor in Prince George's County, Maryland. Created by J. Seward Johnson, Jr., the Awakening is a 100-foot statue of a giant embedded in the earth, struggling to free himself. It was installed at Haynes Point in East Potomac Park, Washington, D.C. in 1980 for the International Sculpture Conference exhibition. It is fitting that the invisible hand of the market, with its market-driven incentives, are what is now needed to free the critical infrastructure from its stovepipe thinking and complacency. Achieving maturity and the assurance of resiliency throughout the critical infrastructure will help safeguard the nation's critical infrastructure and advance its global competitiveness. Resiliency is the high ground. Claim it. Make your move. And as you do, reach down and give the struggling giants of the critical infrastructure your helping hand.